Here we go. Friday evening, folks. Been a while since I've made a video. So I'm just going to make this one short because we're delving into the weekend. I'm going to make this one short. Um, by now, everybody knows what happened as far as the Nationals are going. Let me see if I can capsulize this the best way I know how. They're one game over 500 right now. 15-6 for the month of June. You've shown that you can go out and win or be competitive despite the fact that Ryan Zimmerman wasn't around for 2 months. So with all of that, I would have gotten on here, and pointed out the fact of the Nats being competitive, winning, sweeping Seattle like that. I mean, the way they did. Every game was decided by one run. And two of those three games that literally came down to the last at bat. So with all that in mind, you can imagine my shock, or my surprise, really. I tuned in after the game yesterday and watched the post-game show, which normally I don't do, but the news basically broke right about 4 o'clock or so, like right after the game. Jim Riggleman decides, hey, I don't want to manage anymore. And it is so much of a chicken shit excuse that he gives. It's like, well, I wanted to have my contract renegotiated or have the contract extended a few years. I said, wouldn't it be better now you're a game above 500? Wouldn't it be better if you just waited out the season and then deal with Mike Rizzo and say, okay, now we'll talk about whether we extend the contract or not? No, he couldn't do that. He just basically said, okay, we got to do something before we take off at this weekend series with the White Sox. We got to decide this before we get to Chicago. Otherwise, I walk. Yeah, nice timing, Jim. How much more of a fucking idiot can you be, really? You stand there and bail out on your team. You bail out on the players. You bail out on the front office. You bail out on ownership. And for what? Just a simple thing like a contract that could have waited until the end of the season. You didn't want to wait for that. I don't know. It baffles the hell out. It shocked the hell out of me when I saw this happening, for the post game show. So as soon as I hear the news, bam, go on the computer, or at least make the attempt to sit down, write my little blog thing about it, and that's all I could do. Words failed me. I mean, even watching this, and it was just watching it. It was an extended post-game show to like 5:15. After all of this, it's like you're still not clear. Now, the only thing that's clear right now is that John McLaren, who's the bench coach for the Nationals, gets to basically be for the moment, the fill-in manager until Mike Rizzo says, well, we're going to have a manager in place by Monday. Really? I love to know who. Because I can tell you right now, there's a whole slew of people that's not on this list, and I stand here and give you reasons why. Because if you wanted to do it, but these are guys who are working in television right now. I mean, look, you got Bobby Valentine working for ESPN. You got Larry Bowa doing it for the MLB Network. Ray Knight's doing it for Masson. No, these guys aren't going to give up their TV gigs. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Then, of course, within the front office for the Nats, you have Pat Corrales, you've got Davey Johnson, Bob Boone. No, neither of them want to give up the front office gig. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. But really the truth is, as far as those three are concerned, this is the young team. You can't really have, you know, you can't have an old school manager do this. I mean, Lou Piniella could get away with it in Tampa when he managed there. He got away with it there until it finally caught up to him. But fact is, this is not the way I always. I'm talking about managing them. You can't. It's a whole new thing now. It's not like it was, when I was a kid and you knew. At least you knew who the manager was. He set the rules, and that was it. Nowadays, but like I said, as far as the Nats are going, this is a young team, and believe it or not, watching what they've done is like, take me now, Lord, I believe. This could be a moment where they've turned a corner, and they may have a winning record before this season is over. Who knows? But the truth is, nobody really knows who would want to take over for the remainder of the year or beyond. I don't know. I don't think anybody else knows. Personally, and this is just a personal opinion of mine, the way Willie Randolph was run out of the Mets job, the way they shafted his ass, like in the dead of night, they were playing in Seattle. A couple of years ago, they were playing in Seattle, and the memo, or basically the notice of his being fired, went out in the overnight hours, thinking that the sports yak stations in New York and elsewhere wouldn't catch on in time. But the truth be known, he didn't do a bad job with the Mets. Okay, you get fired, but it was doing a decent job. But I'm of the opinion he could probably manage the Nationals right now. Not even the remainder of the year. I figured, okay, let's make him the permanent manager. But again, that's just me saying it. I don't know who they're going to get. I have no clue. So let's say move on here. There's one other Nationals note here, or a related note. The MLB Futures game, which they'll play during the All-Star break. They made the announcement. Bryce Harper, and it was one of the guys playing in Harrisburg. I didn't catch the name. I just caught the Bryce Harper. Is going to be playing in the Futures game, which that's good. At least now America will get to see pretty much what I got to see. Well, sort of what I saw in April when I had to go to Hagerstown and see his home debut. But hopefully America will see what I've seen. Okay, let me think here. 100 days to the NFL lockout. Boys and girls, we're not going to have football this fall. You're not going to see pro football. The NBA has their collective bargaining agreement that's going to expire next Thursday, 30th. And Major League Baseball's collective bargaining agreement goes to the end of the calendar year. So there's this possibility the only thing we'll be able to watch during the winter is hockey. And that kind of segues into the NHL draft is tonight. I'll probably wind up missing that because I'll be watching the Nationals. So. But I think I can catch like the second round on tomorrow, the NHL Network. But they're doing the first round tonight on Versus, so like I said, I'll miss that. So that's pretty much it. Can't think of anything else to enlighten all of you with. But like I said, this whole deal, Riggleman just bailing out. And if he thinks that bailing out on the Nationals is a ploy to take the Marlins job because Edwin Rodriguez gave up that, if Riggleman thinks he's doing this just to get the Marlins job, you're a bigger fucking idiot, and I think you already were. Now, what Jim Riggleman did yesterday was to commit career suicide. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'll leave it with all of you for this weekend. So you just ponder this video. This will excite you for the weekend, what have you. So I'm out. What's worth. As always, I get to say, adios, motherfuckers. Enjoy your weekend. If you're going to watch the NFL draft, the NHL draft, slip of the tongue, lovely me. But if you're going to watch the NHL draft tonight or tomorrow, go ahead. Don't let me stop you. I have no idea who the Cavs might want, but of course, I'll leave one other thing. I have a new hockey blog now. I did like blog, or I set this thing up last night. Not going to tell you all where it is yet, because we'll deal with that when hockey rolls around. So now I am done, and so now you can enjoy your weekend, everybody, and I am out. And whatever. Oh God, why do I make these damn things? Whoever watches, well, one person, but you know, I'd love to have slews of people, but you know, you have to be careful in this day and age. I don't know, I just ramble on at the end of this thing. Fuck it. All right, I'm done. We'll see you when I get around to doing another video.